Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
It is time. We are ready. Special and spectacular.
Incoming. Oh, what a play! What a slam!
The best play of the night, no doubt.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague basketball at its best.
Oh, welcome back. I know it started last night, but this is the real start. Panathinaikos Athens taking on Olympiacos in the beautiful city of Athens, Greece, in the Oaxaca. And this is where it all begins. It's been 138 days since Olympiacos faithful had to watch Sergio Yul destroy their chances at a EuroLeague title. They're back with a new look. They lost one player to the other team they're playing tonight, plus Sasha Besenkov, last year's MVP, is out also. But don't worry about Coach Bartsokis. He is one of the best coaches in this league.
It depends always on the serious approach that we have as a team, how we are mentally prepared to play those kind of games. Never easy in this environment, and we hope that we are going to be ready.
And the Greens have not made a playoff appearance in the EuroLeague since 2019. And get this, not a Final Four since 2011. They're looking to change all that with 12 new players, the ultimate facelift. And of course, the new coach right there, the two-time champ, Ergin Ataman, who will be coming at you live tonight.
Two major Greek players that will not play tonight, Mitolu and Papapetru, it makes some trouble for us in our rotation. But this is a one game and first home court game, and we like to win.
Welcome inside Oaxaca, and this place is rocking. You see the all-time head-to-head record. I'll get into that in just a minute, but he expressed the fact that this place had hardly any fans last year. You can see Coach Ottoman getting fans off their feet in this incredible atmosphere. Last year, I remember watching games at the Oaxaca with maybe 1,000 people in the stands, but things have changed. The expectations are different. They are looking to go all the way this year. With the signings that they've had, there's no doubt that they're thinking about winning another championship. And there's their new coach, the two-time EuroLeague champion with Anadolu Efes, getting ready to get things on here. And his first big, well, not his first, I guess, Greek derby, because it'd be his second since they played the Super Cup just a couple weeks ago. And Olympiacos destroyed Panathinaikos in that game as we check out some results from yesterday. Stuff going on here now. Savannah Vesda with a big win yesterday at home. Maccabi Tel Aviv also with the home win. The only road win yesterday was Zalgiris Kaunas on the road in Bologna, overcoming Virtus. And we'll see what happens here tonight, as it's Olympiacos who's on the road across town with their rivals, Panathinaikos Athens, ready to go at it. And talked about the Super Cup. What a blowout victory, 75-51. I think the score at one point was 34-4 in the middle of the second quarter. Olympiacos ran away with it. Now, as we talked to Coach Bartsokis before, is that a positive or a negative? We're not sure. They're gonna have to figure out what happens here tonight. And now we're gonna take a look at some of our players on this evening, because they know that the Super Cup was one game, and that's all it was. It was a 24-point victory over one of their biggest rivals. But that all changes here tonight, because this is game one of the EuroLeague, and this is where it all begins as we check out some of our key players. Let's start with Thomas Walkup. Look at those numbers from last season, 8 points a game. But what I love about this kid is not those 6 assists either. It's the steals. It's the fact that he gets into the passing lane. He disrupts other teams' offenses. They talk about Olympiacos' defense, and it starts there. And now the captain, Kostas Papanikolaou, look at those numbers, 61%, 48% from three. Doesn't average a lot, but he does so many of the intangibles on the court. All those little things in his 25 minutes per game last season. And of course, Kostas Papanikolaou is the leader of this team, and he's taken over. He's going to try to take over where Vesenkov left off. And now Panathinaikos, we had a whole bunch of players to pick from for the players of the night, because look at, there's so many new guys in this team. Hernan Gomez, right there we saw Matias Lazor. Just keep going down the list after the combo. So many players. That guy right there, Jarius Grant, who came in from the Euro Cup as the MVP. And Jerry Grant is looking to make his name here in the EuroLeague. And of course, why not talk about Kostas Lukas versus being the player, one of the key players of the game tonight, 50% from the field. Those are his numbers last year, but his jersey had a whole different color. And you don't have to talk about it. There's been all the rumors, all the talk over the summer up until this game. But right now, it's time to perform for Kostas Lukas. We'll see how he does against his old team. And coming over from Savannah Vesda's, Luka Vildosa with some great numbers. I think this is a great pickup because he brings so much intensity on defense to this team, and he can get out and score. Vildosa is going to be an important part of the squad. I think about Adamant as we check out our head-to-head here first. I'll talk about coach in a minute and his squad. But look at the paint. Matias Lazor and Nikola Milutinov. Of course, Mustafa Fall, if you haven't heard yet, is not in the lineup tonight. So that's going to be a big miss for Olympiacos in the paint. They may have to rely on some young guys, or maybe Sigma play in the 4 spot. But, you know, I was talking about Adamant a little while ago, and what he had, as we see Coach Barsokas, what he had at Athens was that triple guard, almost as we look at our Olympiacos lineup here. For the guys tonight, you see Mustafa Fall not in there. Tanulis will take his spot at the center, a young man from Greece looking to get his first EuroLeague action. And it was Adamant just dependent on those two guards, on Larkin and Misic. And we'll see, he has the guard play here, but he doesn't have the explosiveness. He doesn't have the guys that are able to score 25, 30 points a game like Misic and Larkin. So we'll see how he changes his strategy offensively as we see their roster. The Dosa, as I talked about, Kyle Guy also, Moraitis, and Lucas. You see Jerry Grant, I talked about being the MVP of the Euro Cup last season. Played a little while in Italy in the EuroLeague, left, went back to Turk Telecom, won the championship, won the MVP, and now he's back in the EuroLeague trying to make his mark as players get ready to get things rolling here, man. What an amazing Athens. There you see the signing in the last week, Iggy Brazdakis for Olympiacos. We talked to Coach Barsokas before the game, and he said he just hasn't had enough practices with the team, and he won't be available. Hopefully he'll be available by next week against Barcelona when they take out Barcelona in Athens in the Peace and Friendship Stadium. And also looking for Mustafa Fall to be back at that point. So we'll see how Olympiacos attacks the inside. So it's going to be Milutinov by himself. Sigma may have to play the 5 spot, which will make Olympiacos play with a little bit smaller of a lineup. Sigma, I think, is the perfect player. You saw him fall there in the street clothes. Perfect player for this team, the way Coach Barsokas runs his offense. I think Sigma fits right in. And of course, Shaquille Mkisic, who's one of the more explosive players on the squad. And now you're going to get the home team being introduced as the Olympiacos players continue to warm up. It's so beautiful to see that court packed again. Of course, you know, it's always packed for an Olympiacos game, but be. Give me the rock tonight as the fans cheered on him. Now, you see Coach Adaman see his team introduced to the home crowd for the first time this year in EuroLeague. That man right there, Kostas Lukas, probably happy that he's playing his first game at home. Because if it would have been at Olympiacos, it might have been a little different. So, not a bad situation for Slukas to be in. The Super Cup was played on a neutral site. Again, just to go over those numbers while they're being introduced. Gomez had a big game, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Jerry Grant also 14 points, 4 assists. Slukas was good, 9 points, 6 rebounds for the Bill man. 29 minutes, but he was 0 for 5 from the three-point line in that Super Cup final that Panathinaikos lost 75-51. On the other side was Larentsakis, who got the MVP with his 20 points and only 20 minutes of play. Isaiah Cannon, Papa-Nikolaou, Milutinov, both all three in double figures. Sigma, 4 points, 9 rebounds. Fall didn't score in that game, but he did have 7 rebounds and 8 assists for Thomas Volka, who's setting everybody up as the night goes on. And that's what he'll be looking to do here. The offense that Olympiacos runs is so sophisticated. There's so much movement. It's so hard to defend. And on top of it, Olympiacos is one of the best defensive teams in the league. So Coach Bartzokas has this team moving. And I mentioned Sigma earlier. Sigma, who always played in Alba Berlin, kind of that post point guard, let's call it, where he would get the ball down low or get the ball on the foul line and watch players dive and get backdoor layups. He fits in perfectly for this offense. And we'll see how well he feels with his new teammates. So they've been together for a while. I watched them play a game against Milan in the game that they had for Vasilis Spanoulis. They retired his number. I was so happy and honored to be in that crowd, thanks to GM Nikos from Olympiacos, who got me in to that special night as we see team comparisons right here between Panathinaikos and Olympiacos. And man, all this is thrown out the window, you know, when these two teams come together. You forget about stats, you forget about numbers. All you're worried about playing defense, executing, playing offense, doing the best you can to maintain your game plan. Olympiacos, the key here will be Milutinov to stay out of foul trouble. They're going to need him on the court as much as possible and see how we're going to rotate and get him some rest. As you see, he will be starting. Alec Peters starting at the 4. Papa-Nikolaou, the 3, Cannon and Walka taking up the rest of the front court. You know, Cannon can explode. He did it last year in the championship game on his birthday. Had a huge game for Olympiacos in that loss. And now you see, look at Wancho, Nan Gomez, and it's Balcerowski who's coming into the game. So Coach Adaman is going big. Also Grigonis and the rest of the crew. So interesting concept there as we see our 3 referees here tonight. Robert Lademoser, Emilio Perez, they're going to get things going. And I want to see exactly what happens interior-wise, because it's going to be Alec Peters. Is Peters going to take the big man right there, Balcerowski, out of the lane and try to hit the 3, take him away from the basket, or is it going to be Balcerowski that takes advantage of the interior play? Going to be interesting here as Coach Adaman decides to go with the big. The ball has got 2:50. Let's listen in to Devotion song. Fans, there's no need to listen in, but Mendoza and Jerry and Grant get the call in the front court for that guy right there, Coach Adaman, and you see they're head-to-head. Adaman with a 9-6 advantage over Coach Bartzokas. The 2-1 championship. Each one has coached 4 teams. It's a nice head-to-head there. We are ready to go here in the Greek Derby. Panathinaikos, Athens against Olympiacos. And the match that we have been waiting for since this ended, as I said, 138 days ago. Let's go. Welcome with the first tip. Peters up top already, taking the big man outside. You got Hernan Gomez on him, though. Milutinov picks up the foul. Belcherovsky right there, trying to get him to the basket. Talked about foul trouble. That's the first one. See if adamant how long he'll stick with the 2 big men. As Walkup from 3 in the corner. Thomas Walkup on the out-of-bounds play. A little mix-up on defense, and Walkup hits the first 3 of the game. Watch the way he defends, too. He's all over Vildosa. Jerry and Grant coming off the pick. Got a defender on his back. Foul. Trying to get the hand on Isaiah Cannon. It's a little bit of contact on the back. You're going to see Jerry and Grant make a great move here as he stops. See the stop right there? And goes back into the defender just to get draw enough contact. Walkup catching that ball. Vildosa fell asleep for a minute. Grant good on the first one. Hernan Gomez had a big game in the Super Cup, but losing by 24, you're not really concerned about that game. Jerry Grant good on both. Walkup now setting things up. You see all the movement that Olympiacos has offensively. Walkup has Vildosa on his back for a minute. Peters off the cannon. Milutinov cuts on the lane. He had a high-low. Peters going to take it to the hoop. Got a wide open lane. Blocked from behind by Hernan Gomez. And here comes Grant on the break. Grant looking to shake and bake. Gets the pick up top. And from deep, it's Vildosa. Off the mark now. They got the fans off their feet. Papa Nicolau being pressured heavily by Gomez right here. After Walkup now, they're settled down a little bit. 10 on the shot clock. Milutinov set the pick a little bit high just to set up another one. Cannon, well defended by Grant. Nothing going on. Walkup from the same spot again. This time he's short. And now Pana wants to run. Grant doesn't have anybody with him. He dumps it off there. Then Gomez now back to Grant. Vildosa looking for the 2-man game. Belcherovsky with a pick. And Vildosa coming up big on the 3. Might have stepped on the line. I don't know if they're going to take a look at that or not, but right now it's a 3, and Panathinaikos has that 5-3 lead. Isaiah Cannon on the switch to Milutinov. Well done. Belcherovsky right there with the great hands down low, looking high-low. Going to Hernan Gomez. See, Cannon's already got a foul. He doesn't want to commit one now. Hernan Gomez should know that. Here comes Milutinov to help. Cross-court pass, Vildosa. And Vildosa steps on the line. Well played by Cannon right there. Cannon did not want to commit another foul. Knows that he just committed one against Jerry and Grant a minute ago. Didn't want to pick up number 2. Normally in that situation, if you're a guard, you just foul, give up the possession, and get back to your player. But in that case, Cannon did not want to commit number 2, knowing he'd be off to the bench in no time. Olympiacos being taken a little out of the offense. Walkup to the basket. Easy finger roll for Walkup as Jerry and Grant got off his feet. And a big pick in the center by Milutinov. Gave a wide open lane to Thomas Walkup. Grant up top. Now he's got Milutinov going to try to take him to the hoop. Vildosa doesn't read the pass to the corner. Grant almost loses the ball. Now he's got Milutinov on him again. Panathinaikos looking slow offensively right there. Nice rebound. Belcherovsky out to Grant. Grant with the look, the fake. And steps back to the 3. Can't get it, but there's going to be a foul. And this one's going to be on Alec Peters as Hernan Gomez goes over the top of him. And that's where you're missing Mustafa Fall in the paint. Hernan Gomez has a height advantage over Alec Peters. You see right there. And Peters has to reach back and hold on to him. Peters called for his first foul. Grigonis thought he had a little something in the corner, giving it up now to Grant. Charovsky. Pick out to Grigonis. Grigonis wants it this time, and this time the Lithuanian is good from deep. And the fans off their feet, 8-5. Panathinaikos over Olympiacos. You see the calmness of Welcome, just setting up the offense. Cannon with the two-man game. Milutinov, Peters popping out. Look at the ball movement and the spacing into Milutinov. Doesn't bring the ball down. Well defended there, but ball gets knocked out of bounds as Belcharovsky and Hernan Gomez both go after it. I think that went off Hernan Gomez's foot. Not really well defended at all, because Milutinov missed that. Two Panathinaikos players not communicating on the rebound. Gives Olympiacos 14 more seconds on the shot clock. And Peters gonna want to take it quick. Alec Peters from deep with the catch and shoot. You know he's deadly when he gets it out there. Welcome sets him up perfectly off the pick. Grigonis, who just knocked down a three now, getting into the rhythm of things. Grant, Grigonis to the lane, pops it out to Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has a beautiful lane off to the big man, and Belcharovsky throws it down. Hernan Gomez using his quickness to get to the hoop, dishing it off with the left hand. And the big pole, throwing it down for his first two of the night. Welcome. Milutinov. Welcome again. Short on the three. Here comes Grant. Isaiah Cannon looked for an offensive foul. Nothing called. Grant had a wide open look at the basket. He's kind of looking like he thought that maybe he would play it stop. No call made, and that leaves Cannon on the floor with only one foul. Peters again. To the corner, Papanikolaou looking for that space. Milutinov is in his way though. And Grigonis doesn't like the... You know, I don't blame Marius Grigonis here. He's playing the same defense one time, two times, three times, did the same thing. And the referee decided to call the third one, and there you see the left-handed dish. Belcharovsky finishing things off. Welcome faking the handoff, trying to find a lane. Welcome wants another three. This time he's good, 2 for 4 from three. As Thomas Welcome is trying to light things up tonight. And Coach Adamant is not happy, and here comes Kostas Slukas sitting down next to the assistant coach, Belcharovsky, one more time. This time well defended by Welcome in the block by Milutinov. Watch Milutinov, now he's right on the floor. Instead, they pull up for three, and it's Alec Peters from deep. And he knocks down his second consecutive three. And now Olympiacos had a little bit of a roll with a 4-point lead. What a match we have going here in the first quarter. Vildosa kicks it out. Nice ball moving. Hernan Gomez had to look at it, but faked it. And now the ball's out to the big man for three. Alexander Belcharovsky hits the three from deep. Did we know the big man could shoot the three? Well, if you didn't, you do now. And Olympiacos is going to have to get out of them. Threes are raining down. 7 threes already in the game between both teams. Cannon wanted another one. This time he's going to look for the body contact. But he hits the soft floater, asking for the foul. Isaiah Cannon. Vildosa trying to slow things down. Giving me a little bit of a rest here. Vildosa again off to the big man. And here he comes with the left-handed up and under Alexander Belcharovsky. The surprise of the game here so far. And there's a hold down low. And I believe that's on Belcharovsky. That's going to be his second. I'm not sure who got the hold on Milutinov, but the non-stop action has us going up and down. And what a game we have so far. No 34-4 leads here. This one, Olympiacos up 16-15 over Panathinaikos. Every game matters. Download your app right there, the new mobile app by EuroLeague Basketball. Turkish Airlines Basketball. We are taking off here tonight. Just when I looked and I saw it, and you see the block by Milutinov, and that led to the three-pointer by Peters on the other side. But I think it was back in July, and I saw that this was the first game on the scoreboard. I was just like, man, what a way, after the incredible Turkish Airlines EuroLeague season we had last year from start to finish, to open up with the Greek. We've opened up with some great games, and there's no doubt you had Barcelona, Athens last night. I mean, you had some great games last night, but to open up with the Greek derby is just amazing to get this game in on the first round of the EuroLeague. Absolutely amazing. I'm so excited I'm being able to sit here and do the game. Feel honored to be able to do this game. And these guys now see how Kostas Sloukas reacts in his first official EuroLeague participation with Panathinaikos against his former team. Alec Peters posted him up down low, trying to make him foul. Kostas Sloukas a little too smart, gives the opening. Panathinaikos with his first look of the night. He's short. Peters with a quick rebound and a quicker putback. Alec Peters doing it from inside, doing it from outside. We talked about the fact that without Fall in the game, they're going to play a little bit smaller, and Peters is picking it up right now as Matias Lesor also checked in the game for Panathinaikos. Hernan Gomez. Arionis with the crossover up top. And Lesor with the lay-in. He's so active around the basket, so strong. He's a tough guard for Milutinov because Milutinov is so tall, and Lesor has got that low center of gravity. Adonis made a nice pass there. Cannon to the hoop. Cannon might have got away with a travel there as he's trying to get body up. Looks like he's trying to body up Lesor to get the layup up. Maybe took it an extra step, but Jonas comes in from behind and gets a piece of that. I'm sorry, that was Kyle Guy who came in from behind and got a piece of that. Walkup. Panathinaikos wants it one more time. This time Lesor doesn't give up the easy rebound to Peters. Rips it down with one hand. Panathinaikos looking to get back on top again. Fans not liking the defense by Walkup. Grigonis with the two-man game up top. Lesor cutting to the basket. He floats it up. That's a little bit longer. Here comes Olympiacos on the run. You got Cannon on the wing. Milutinov's running down the middle. Oh, man, what a good look that was by Walkup. Just a little bit behind Peters. He couldn't control it. Brings it back out. Peters. Nice pass inside. Panathinaikos. What a, just a heads-up play as he catches the ball running away. Gets the pass. You see him running away, fading away, and he sees the fact that Milutinov had the position down low. And Lesor, if you're going to foul there, you got to make sure that you're not giving up the shot. And Milutinov gets the and one. Too big of a body presence in there to have him that close to the basket and not being able to come down and make sure that ball doesn't get up over the rim. Career milestone of 1,500 points right there for Nikola Milutinov. Grigonis now goes to the bench. Sort of top. Sloukas looking for his first points of the game, just checked in. And Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez had a nice tap, couldn't get it to go, but he gets it to go his second time. As he puts that down, he says, I'll take the and one. He missed the easy first one right here. And goes up. Usually the most dangerous rebounder is the guy that shot, because he's the one that knows it's not going in. And he got it back, used his body, and Wancho going to the line to finish off the three-point play. About a minute 20 to go here in this first quarter. It's been knotted up all the the way through. A couple runs by both teams, but nobody's getting away from each other just yet. A lot of three-pointers, and Walkup wants to ring another one. That's going to be long off the backboard. Peters with another offensive rebound. You see how little time the ball is in the hands of the Olympiacos players. Papanikolaou right back into Milutinov. Milutinov so close to the basket, you just can't stop him, Matthias Lesor. Not if he's that close to the basket. You give him too much body, too much room down low in the paint, and Milutinov will kill you from down there. Slukas to the hoop, well defended by Milutinov. Slukas steps back, and it's his first basket against his own team. Kostas Slukas now. You got 36 seconds left. Olympiacos going to take their time if they can. That ball goes out of bounds, and they had to turn it over. Both teams, well, Panathinaikos can't give up another foul because that sent Olympiacos to the line. Olympiacos has one to give here. You see the good defense getting a hand in the middle. Slukas turns around, steps back, and sees that Walker was out of position. Takes advantage. 6 seconds. Shot clock differential with the game clock. Short picks up top. That's going to be out on Panathinaikos. So last play should be to Olympiacos now. Great hands by Milutinov, knocking it off of the Sword's leg also. Great officiating. That difficult to see on that play. Last 10 seconds. Olympiacos wants to get on the last shot, not give Panathinaikos the ball. See they foul Cannon from deep. Isaiah Cannon off Milutinov with the rebound. He's got 1 second to put it up. Milutinov off the mark. He had it. He's not happy that he faded himself away from the basket. Should have went back up to the hoop, but didn't know how much time he had left. And that is the end of the first 10 minutes of play in the Greek Derby, as it's Olympiacos holding on to the lead. 23, Panathinaikos Athens 22. Here in Oaxaca. What an exciting first quarter. As I said, that was an exciting first quarter, and we get to check out some of the highlights here. Is Ziltosa coming off that big 3 after Walkup had 1 or 2 himself, and he got the wide open lane by Walkup. Jonas, 3. Three-point percentage, 3 for 6 for Panathinaikos, 4 for 10 for Olympiacos. Both teams hitting the boards, 4 offensive rebounds. Olympiacos, Panathinaikos with 3. So even when they do miss shots, percentages are high. And even when they do miss shots, you're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Hernan Gomez has a few. Alex Peters has 2 himself. Hernan Gomez has 2 also for Panathinaikos, and the Sword getting some work down low. And he's had to work down low against Milutinov because Milutinov keeps getting the ball that close to the basket. It's going to be a long night for the interior defense of Panathinaikos. Look at the percentages right there that I was just talking about. 6 assists for Olympiacos, 5 for Panathinaikos. Rebounded about the same, blocks the same, about as even as you can get right here. Best performance of the quarter right there, Juanjo Hernan Gomez. The best performance of the quarter, 3 points and a couple assists. We're ready to get underway here in the second quarter. Panathinaikos taking the ball out. Darian Grant back into the contest. Sigma checks in for his first action as an Olympiacos player here in the EuroLeague. Grant taking Sigma to the hoop, kicks it out. Lesor, he's got a soft touch from there, but rims it out this time. Sigma with the rebound. Larry Sekas in the game for Olympiacos MVP of the Super Cup with 20 points. Kisic also. Pushes the Sword. Immediately looks over the bench and says, "Relax, I'm fine. No big deal." You see the push off right there. The Sword played that one perfectly. And that's 2 fouls on Milutinov, so that's something that Coach Bartzokas is going to have to be concerned about. And now This is where they go small, as it's Kostas Papanikolaou checking in for Milutinov. Seeing this situation that you have here. This is a small lineup. Sigma's going to be playing in the 5 spot, so he'll be taking on Lesort. Let's see if Panathinaikos decides to get in and attack Sigma down low. He's a smart player. Not as physical as Lesort. I'm trying to get into him, but check this. I think he got his foot on the ball here in the corner. Another 14 seconds. Clock's at 7. Williams Goss checks into the game also for Olympiacos. Coming over from Real Madrid. Williams Goss had himself a great playoff in Final Four last year. Lucas short, gets his own rebound up, can't get it to go, but he gets fouled from behind. Papanikolaou gets called for a foul from behind. I'm not sure who they call that on. Goss got his hand in there first. Yeah, they call that on Williams Goss. Lucas, a 90% career free throw shooter. He doesn't miss many. He missed an important one last year, though, in the championship game with that other jersey on. That was a tough one for him to miss, and missed the final shot of the game also, almost give his team a chance to win right there, and he rattles that one home. And now puts his team up by 1. Panathinaikos 24, Olympiacos 23. Goss trying to get to the hoop off the Sigma. Sigma somehow or another comes up with a loose ball and has a lot wide open reverse layup. Luke Sigma gets on the board for his first 2. And slowing down a little bit. Lucas against Goss. They faced each other in the final last year. Lesort. That's exactly what we're talking about. They're going to go into Lesort, going to pound it into Lesort, see if they can get something against Sigma. See Panathinaikos looking for that advantage inside. Everybody jockeying for position here. Jerry and Grant to the basket, well defended, but he gets the fadeaway off the glass. Jerry and Grant knocking down 2, get his team back. This game is a back and forth game. Grant knocks down his 4th point of the night. Williams Goss with a shake and bake to the basket. He just shook down Kyle Guy. Left him behind. The rookie was just left in the dust as Williams Goss gets to the hoop for an easy left-handed layup. Grant now looking for the sword up with the left hand, but he's short and there's a foul. Aaron Sekas got him down low on the switch. Again. Coach Martzog is not happy with the communication defensively. And now Lesort goes to the line for 2. Ties things up to 27. You can obviously see that Panathinaikos is focusing on Matthias Lesort right now, seeing how much of an advantage they can get from him down low with Luke Sigma in the game and Milutinov on the bench with 2 fouls. Kyle Guy immediately goes to the bench after getting shooken down by Nigel Williams Goss, and it's Grigonis that checks in for him. Now Papanikolaou bringing it up against Gomez. Gomez plays some good defense. Here comes a 2-man matchup. Goss one more time wants it from deep. Williams Goss off the mark. And here comes Panathinaikos with the 1-point lead. Grigonis. Once again, looking inside. See how Olympiacos are going to double team or not. Here comes a double team from the backside. Well done. You don't want to foul now. You got 5 seconds in the shot clock. Slukas, you know he's going left. Slukas pulls up. That's the shot that he normally makes, but well defended by Olympiacos that time. Panathinaikos coming over with the help on the baseline. And the sword had nowhere to go. Panathinaikos one more time. Pulls up for 3 this time. And he's long. Bartsokas wants a little bit more patience offensively. He's a little concerned about his team putting the ball up too quick. Williams Goss on the last possession this time. Panathinaikos throws it up in the first pass. This is a team that likes to move the ball around, move the defense around. Slukas goes right by Sigma. Again on the switch. This time instead of going into the sword, Slukas puts on the afterburners and blows right by Luke Sigma for an easy 2. Slukas now with 6 points. McKissick with that explosive to the move to the basket. Somehow or another floats that up on the backboard, and Shaquille McKissick gets his 2. That was an awkward looking shot. Again, down low, the sword. Hernan Gomez kind of in his way right there. I think Hernan Gomez came down and started posting up and got in the sword's way, but right now the sword's unstoppable down low. And that's going to be another foul on Sigma. That's number 2 on him. Now Bartsokas trying to go small, puts Sigma against the sword. And now he's got 2 fouls, I believe. Let me just double check that and make sure. Yeah, Sigma's on his 2nd foul also. So now Bartsokas has another decision to make here. Lesort goes to the line. Hernan Gomez to the bench. Salkas checks in for Panathinaikos. Lesort, 7 points for him. As he continues to pile up from the line. 4 for 4 from the line. 3-point lead for Pana. Got a little entanglement between McKissick down low and Grigonis. Grigonis can't believe that the foul was called on him. Look at the foul differential. Olympiacos has 5 team fouls already. Let's see what happens down low. McKissick is trying to get by. Interesting call there. Call that on, yeah, I believe they called that on McKissick. They're throwing the arm up. I'm not sure. They looked at it and they called it unsportsmanlike, I believe also. Where Grigonis thought it was called on him at first, but instead, that's an unsportsmanlike. McKissick is throwing the arm up, might have got into his face area. And Coach Bartsokas is looking for an explanation of what's going on. Let's see if they're going to look at this again or not. Not sure if they already looked at it or not quickly. But it did look like the referee the official signaled an unsportsmanlike. Down underneath the basket on the right, you're going to see McKissick put the arm up right there and kind of push. Doesn't make any contact, but you know, in today's game, it doesn't really matter if you make contact. It's the intent. And let's see. They're giving up 2 free throws for Grigonis and the Rock. For Panathinaikos, Grigonis a 90% career free throw shooter. Misses the first one after all the commotion. There's no way he's going to be missing that one. Ball out of bounds now. 14 seconds in the shot clock. Slukas. Goss. Another kick up top. Foul call this time against McKissick again. So that's going to be the 2nd in a row. So it's a lot of foul trouble for Olympiacos here tonight. And Milutinov Sigma, 2 on Milutinov, 2 on McKissick. We're right down the line. We got Lucas at the line. It's from the foul line. Panathinaikos is just eating this game away. 11 for 12 right now from the line. Is Panathinaikos only 1 free throw for Olympiacos so far. You know, the referees will be hearing about that, whether it's at halftime or during the game or after the game. But right now, it's 13 for 14 for Olympiacos, for Panathinaikos from the line. They're up 6. Kisses sticking in the 2 fouls. Ever since Milutinov has gone off, offense has changed for Olympiacos. And Panathinaikos goes to the basket and loses the ball off his foot. Well defended by Lesort, and I think Coach Marcellus wants a timeout to talk things over this team. You see Lesort right there get his hand on the ball right off the knee. Panathinaikos will take over possession after this timeout. As we have a timeout, 35-29. It's Panathinaikos over Olympiacos.
In the hot hands.
Yeah, every game matters as you see your fixtures right there. And man, if you're at Adulefis, you played at Barcelona last night, you get to go home against play Real Madrid next week. There are no easy schedules, I know that, but sometimes it just seems like it's a little bit unfair. Even Olympiacos, who will go home next week and have to face Barcelona after facing Panathinaikos here today. Like I said, there are no easy schedules. There's no easy games. Every game matters, as we say all the time. And sometimes you just feel like the schedules are out to get you. Right now, Panathinaikos up 6, looking to increase their lead at the halfway mark of the second quarter. Grigonis finding a lane, gives that one up. Not sure if they were deflected. The refs are looking at each other, talking it out, but I believe that's Olympiacos' ball. And it sure is. Williams-Goss. Haven't seen Alec Peters since early in that first quarter. So many players on his teams that rotate. Sigma from up top, pick and roll with Goss. Goss had him for a minute, but well defended. Another back door pass. McKissick's now with 2 on clock. He's got to get up and shoot it. Well defended by Lesort, not to foul. Sigma had a chance at the rebound, and here comes Lucas, gets a rip. At about 3/4 court, McKissick picks it up. Lobs it up to Papanikolaou, but nothing there. And now Olympiacos who had a break. Can't convert it, have to slow it down. Sigma with the cut to the basket. And Goss off on the 3. Well, the way Goss plays, him and Sigma could do a lot of damage in the pick and roll. 2 smart players. You see Sigma again taking it. A foul on the floor by Kostas Lucas. That was a long possession to be defended for Panathinaikos as Wanto gets ready to check back in the game. A little bit more of a slower tempo here in the second quarter after an explosive first quarter. Nonetheless, the intensity has not stopped. There's a wide open look for Lenchenko. He's going to step back, and he misses the 3. That was a great look, great fake, great out of bounds play, but just could not convert on the shot. Olympiacos has gone cold from outside the line. Lucas says, "I'll heat it up for you" from the other side. Oh, and Grant almost Setbacks gets a steal from the back. Olympiacos now to the basket. People are not looking to shoot for Olympiacos. They're passing the ball around the lob, but not getting good shots at the end of their offense. McKissic's now wanting to go on. Sigma could be called for 3 seconds. He's been in that lane forever. Grant with a great defensive play on the backside. And yeah, Olympiacos' offense is just out of sync right now. And this is EuroLeague, man. You can't lob passes up. Sigma sitting in the middle of the lane for more than 3 seconds, and the pass gets lobbed up. You see Jerry and Grant reading that play and coming over and making the steal. And then Larry Segas gets called for the foul right there. Going for the ball. He's going legit play for the ball, but the issue of that play was the pass in. That'll be a couple free throws. Selka's trying to build on his lead. He's off to the right on the first one. And the fans are loving it. They must have been devastated after the Super Cup game. It's Lucas and Isaiah Cannon getting a little discussion here. He's trying to restore the order here. Make sure everything stays calm. You know there's a lot of intensity, a lot of things going on in the stands, on the court. Players respect each other. You see right there, Cannon. Cannon went over and pushed Lucas. Lucas pushed him back. That was an interesting little exchange. Something must have happened earlier in the game to have those two go at it. Now he was sort of going to be called for a foul here on a push. I'm not sure if Barcelona is pleading with the referees or pleading with Isaiah Cannon. Putting a little bit of gas on the fire here. They're down 10. They haven't scored in a while. Short. Trying to pick up the foul on the big man. Walk-up Blackman trying to restore order as Williams stays out there with him. He's got a 3-guard set with him and Cannon. There's backdoor cut. Goss up and under. And there's a beautiful setup play for Olympiacos as Kostas Lucas lost sight. Williams Goss, and Goss gets the layup. Nice pass up top from Sigma. As they keep going in to the big man, you see there's Walker coming back on the backside, and with the high floater off the mark, Panathinaikos can't get the rebound. It's Gomez all over the place, and every loose ball, every rebound, he's getting his hands on it. He's making a difference. Now he wants to shoot the 3. Instead, he's going to bring it in, give it to Lucas. Lucas steps back. Lucas from deep with the step back 3. The crowd is loving the fact that they have the captain on the team. Kostas Lucas is back to make 13 points and a 10-point lead. Goss can't find a cut. Sigma gave up the ball a little bit too early. It's Cannon now. 5 on the shot clock. Someone's going to have to put it up. Olympiacos doesn't want to shoot it. Sigma with the floater. Beautifully done once again on the pick and roll up top. As Lucas, you see the step back. Oh, he stepped on the line, though. I guess they only gave him 2 right there. Yeah, referee called it. I missed that. So it's 41-33. 8-point lead for the Greens. Grant now. It's Hernan Gomez. Oh, you kidding me? Hernan Gomez checks the ball in the middle of the air with his back to the basket, turns and finger rolls it. Gets the roll. What a play between Grant and Watson. Hernan Gomez. I'm sure we're going to check that out again as he gets the fans going. Watson with his back to the basket, turns, finger rolls before he comes down over the top of Sigma. Watson, Hernan Gomez in the air, getting it done. Watch the body control and the hands and the concentration looking at the basket as he's going up. What a play. Might be our play of the night right here. This team maintains that 10-point lead with 1:50 to go here in halftime. Olympiacos doing everything they can. Only 10 points scored so far in this second quarter. Salkas with the holding foul right there. Cannon wanted to come off and shoot the three, but decided against it. Now Walkup. Nicely done defensively. Sigma ran a little bit too deep. Now they're going in. Terrible pass from Montavi. Just can't make that pass. I said it before, it's a EuroLeague. There are no lob passes. It's got to be a direct line. Lessort had Walkup, but still, now Walkup's got Lessort on him. He's going to want to take him now. He's going to give it up to Cannon. Cannon against Grant. Cannon to the hoop. Up over the top. Gomez might have had a hand on him. And here comes Grant one more time. You got Walkup with Lessort again. See what they do this time. You see the backside help by Peters. Now it's a high-low. They had him right there, but they couldn't get the ball into him. Now they turn it over. Just trying too hard to get into him. Walkup off to Peters. Peters back to Walkup. Cannon's wide open for the three. Isaiah Cannon rattles it home. Isaiah Cannon, he was calling for the whole fast break, asking to give it up. And he gets it from Walkup. Well distributed on the fast break. And Walkup drills the three. Talk a little smack there to Coach Adaman. You don't want to talk smack to Coach Adaman. He'll come right back at you as we have a timeout on the floor. And it's a 7-point lead for Panathinaikos Athens, 43-36 here from Oaxaca. And what a matchup we have.
Do me a favor. Do not go on ball every time. This is completely different than what I said. A lot of passing, guys. Pass the ball to the side. We're going to find options to close out. I have one timeout. 47 offense. We're going to play blue now. You understand what I mean? We're going to play blue now. Everybody rebound. Attack to the passer. Okay, deny the high-low. And go everybody to rebound. We're going to score a half timeout. Otherwise, I want to play. Come down with Thomas. Okay. The skip pass is ideal, guys. They block every time they try to protect the base. Part-time. Let's go, boys. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
You saw Coach Bartsokas specifically saying that he needed more passes. They were not playing Olympiacos-type basketball. We need to move the ball around, get the defense moving, then we'll find openings, as they did a couple times with Sigma cutting to the basket. But if they're just coming down taking that first shot, that is not Coach Bartsokas-type basketball. So now with a 7-point deficit, 47.9 left on the clock. Let's see how Panathinaikos attacks. We know what Olympiacos is going to do when they come down. See how much time is taken off the clock. Here's Grant. Gets by his defender. That was almost an offensive foul. Now Lessort finds Slukas wide open. And Slukas misses the shot. Unfortunate for Panathinaikos. Lucky for Olympiacos, as that was a wide open look for Kostas Slukas. He doesn't miss them very often. So now with 26.4 seconds, there's going to be some defensive changes. Slukas and Lessort step out of the game, making sure that Lessort doesn't get any fouls. And the Combo checking into the game for his aggressive defensively, his aggressiveness defensively. And see how Olympiacos attacks us. They don't want to give Panathinaikos another shot. Goss taking over the point guard, gives it up to Walkup. Walkup didn't see it coming. Almost lost that one. That would have been a devastating turnover here. The guy just wants to take it down as far as they can. Walkup shakes and makes to the corner. Cannon is wide open. Cannon's going to be fouled. And Panathinaikos had that foul to give, so it was a good foul by Graham. As you see him, Cannon knew he was going to foul. That's why he tried to shoot it up first. And now we're going to need another timeout on the floor. And Olympiacos will try to set up out-of-bounds play, something quick. Again, you don't want to give up the ball too soon to Panathinaikos. You want to get the ball in, maybe have a pick and roll, some sort of penetration to the basket just to make sure that the clock runs out. You're down 7, you have possession, and let's see if you can get in at least minimum down 7 points, if not 5 or 4 with the basket here. Kostas Sloukas package for us right here. As you see him being all over the place so far here tonight, stepping outside, penetrating inside, dishing the rock. Already 13 points on the evening. Let's see what Olympiacos sets up here. Yeah, it's Panathinaikos Olympiacos fans, and it is round 1. You didn't read that wrong. It's round 1. We're starting things off right here. I know, like I said earlier, it started last night, but this is when it really starts. Panathinaikos Olympiacos would love to get out of this half with a quick basket here in the last 6.7 seconds. How much you love these camera angles. Love what we're doing here. This new season of EuroLeague. So much fun watching these players. It's almost like you're on the court with them. Back pick. Now it's going to be Cannon come over the corner. Oh, Cannon had Welcome wide open. He missed him. Now it's going to be a quick shot. Cannon loses it. And man, Isaiah Cannon just, it's the reason you have to look at the basket. He had Welcome wide open. The out-of-bounds guy is normally the guy that gets forgotten about. And Welcome was wide open under the basket. Cannon was looking out to the top as Panathinaikos will take this 7-point lead into the locker room as Kostas Sloukas leading his team in his first game, official first game of the EuroLeague in the green jersey with Panathinaikos Athens 43. Olympiacos Piraeus 36. Let's go down and talk to Thomas Welcome, who started things off for Olympiacos, knocking down the three-pointer and has been guiding his team through this first half.
So judging from the second quarter, the Panathinaikos was able to make a small difference. What do you have to improve in the second part of the game?
Just our defense. We need to pick up our physicality, pick up our defense, and lock into the details, and we'll be fine.
Thank you very much.
Laura Pantelli down there on the court talking to our players. First one is Welcome, and now we're going to talk to Juansil Hernan Gomez about his performance in the first half.
A much better second quarter for your team. What are the things that worked for you in that second quarter? What do you have to do to continue, leading the game?
Yes, play hard, play aggressive.
Thank you very much.
Check out our head-to-head between those two players. Welcome getting the best of with 8 points, but all the things that Hernan Gomez did, the 5 rebounds, a block shot, a steal, really playing well. They only scored 5 points, and you know the kid can light it up at any time, but he's been playing for his teammates. Had a wide open look earlier, and he gave it up to Sloukas, and Sloukas ended up hitting the 3 instead. So it's a different game he's playing now, a different team. And we'll be back in just a bit to check out some of these first half highlights.
Turkish Airlines, BKT, Adidas, and Squeak.com. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Man, it was an exciting first quarter, a little bit slower in that second quarter, but we're going to check out some of these halftime highlights. Sigma got an open look underneath the basket. Jeremy Grant, last year's Euro Cup MVP, taking over one-on-one. Look at that move by Williams. Goss blowing by his defender. Sloukas blown by Sigma. There's a lot of attacking the switches in the court. You'll see throughout this game. It started with Matthias Lessort down low against Papa Nicolau against Sigma. And it kept going because every time Sloukas got the change with Sigma, he'd take him to the hoop. Or McKissick or Isaiah Cannon would get a switch up and they would take him to the hoop. So both teams, that's the play I was talking about right there where Hernan Gomez had a little lane to the basket but gave it up. haven't seen Hernan, there it is right there. Hernan Gomez's shot, absolutely beautiful right there. Watch Hernan Gomez using the body control and the court awareness to be able to finger roll that in midair. As we're going to take a little break here, check out some game stats, and come back for what's going to be an incredible second half. You see the free throws. They're 1-for-1 Olympiacos. They're 100%, but it's only one free throw, while Panathinaikos has 12 more free throws made, 14 more shot. They're 13 for 15. So we'll be back here in Owaka Arena for the second half in just a little bit. Check out our halftime highlights, and I'll be back with you.
(2008-2009). At that moment I had great teammates. That team of Olympiacos was with a lot of talent. It was Milos Teodosic, Papaloukas, Childress. I respect the years that I was over there, 7 years I was there, and we achieved many things. But life is like this. What I have in my heart is these 7 years I keep my heart. We achieved many things, but now I look forward and I want to succeed with my team. Olympiacos is last year basically played the final. And I can see that I put my small piece in something big that we made with Olympiacos. I can say that my pictures of my career is the 3 EuroLeague titles, 2 with Olympiacos and 1 with Fener. This I keep as the highlight of my career right now.
To keep the key player of your opponents in Greece, it was an incredible big transfer for the club, and I hope that Kostas, with his experience, his quality, will give us all of the expectation of the fans.
Kostas knows he's a grown man, and he for sure discussed this with his family, and he made this decision to come to Panathinaikos. And obviously this change in Greece means a lot, but I think this belongs to the past already, and now is the time for all of us to focus to what we have ahead. Everybody should respect his decision. That's his decision and his family's decision. And like I said, I'm happy that he's here.
Listen, first of all, my priority in every team is to work hard and to improve my game. Even now in 33, I want to improve my game. I want to be better. I want always to be as good as possible to help my team, basically. People generally read the papers and all internet fake news. They don't know exactly what happened. Me, presidents and coach know exactly what happened. So my decision is to come in Panathinaikos for next 3 years and to try the best for this team. I want to speak with my baskets and my act in the court, and I want to speak out of the gym and in the cameras. So this will be my answer for everybody that criticized my decision. I don't care about people, sorry, but if I'm very arrogant, but I don't care about people attack me or say to me things they don't know. I try to do my job. I care about only opinions from my wife, my family, my good friends, and of course my team and my teammates. This what I care, and this affects me. People make their job, I make mine. I can see something new. I can see fresh air. I can see motivation. I can see that they have targets, and people also recognize that, and people will love our fighting spirit and what we'll give in the court. Maybe we'll succeed, maybe not, but the most important is to be everybody on the same page and to fight for the club. We are 12 new players with a new coach. It's not easy to build from the beginning the team, that also has big expectations and they are motivated. Okay, you can say that I have some experience, but this is not enough. I think we have to work a lot, me especially, and also my teammates, and to give everything in every game to achieve something really good for Panathinaikos, because people are really thirsty for something good.
Does it make any difference to you who are wearing green now, from red to green?
No, for me, I cannot say anything about that. But people say that looks also good on me, green.
Turkish Airlines, BKT, Adidas, and Squeak.com. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Welcome back to Oaxaca in Athens, Greece. It's Panathinaikos with a 7-point lead, taking a little control in that second quarter, slowing down Olympiacos' offense. I think Olympiacos actually slowed themselves down by not moving that ball around. And they had a hot hand early in the game, and this guy right here, Alec Peters, did a lot early on, shooting from three. Got a couple offensive rebounds also. Was helping out all over, and the fact that he got the start with Mustafa Fall being out of the game here tonight. You see that offensive rebound right there. It was an important part of the game when he went out and Sigma came in. They started attacking the middle. It was Milutinov who got that second foul, and Coach Bartsokas decided not to let him back into the game in that first half and keep him out until the second half. I'm sure Milutinov will be starting early on until he picks up that third foul. And of course, the man of the night, Kostas Sloukas, has been doing a little bit of everything, a little bit of, I don't know if you really want, he just seems like too cool to call this a revenge game, to be honest with you. He knows that there's a bunch of games that he's going to be coming up for the rest of his career as a Panathinaikos player, as an ex-Olympiacos player. So this is probably just one more game from him. But you know, Panathinaikos got a good start from Alexander Balcerowski also, who came in and put up 7 quick points. That was a move that Coach Adamant made, I think, when he found out that Mustafa Fall wasn't in the game. He decided to go big inside early on with Hernan Gomez and Balcerowski. As you see Sloukas' numbers right there, 13 points so far in the evening, and there's so much more to go. He plays so smart and so intelligently, and he's taking advantage of every moment he has. Let's go talk to Coach Adamant right now and see what he had to say about his team's performance in the first half.
Coach, a really good second quarter for Panathinaikos, keeping Olympiacos only down to 13 points. Was it only because you played better defense, or because you also played better offense, moving the ball better and creating more opportunities for yourselves?
No, everything starting to ball pressure in defense. In the first quarter, we didn't make a ball pressure with Vildoza to World Cup, and we gave 8 points to the World Cup in the beginning. Second quarter with Kostas, we start to pressure on the ball and we keep the control of the game. Offensively, we play very good to pick and roll. We don't need to insist to punish the mismatch on the low post.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, although it worked for him, I agree with him right there. They insisted a little bit too much on trying to get the ball in, and that stopped their offense there. When they were rolling through in that second quarter, they started focusing too much on getting the ball into Matthias Lazor and not running through their offense to make it happen. Sometimes you have to run through your offense to make that play happen. As you see your shot zone right here, and forcing the ball in, looking in, gets the defense set, gets the defense in position. We saw a couple double teams down low on Lazor. But moving the rock around and moving the defense the way Olympiacos does at times makes it a little bit easier to find that opening in the lane and get the ball into Matthias Lazor. At that point, there was nobody on the court that could defend Lazor, so it didn't matter if they switched or not. You just had to get him on the block and give him the advantage with some of the first half emotions as we're getting ready to kick this second half off here. And all the tattoos these players picked up. Sigma said, nah, no tattoos for me though. And Sloukas, the rest of the players. You see Sloukas, the captain, man. You just just know that he's always going to be teaching. He's like a coach on the floor leader, general out there. As we're waiting for Coach Bartzokas to give us some of his words here about the second quarter, second half, I should say, what they need to do differently. That second quarter was a tough one for him. His team only scored 13 points, and they struggled to score those 13. We talked about it the last time out. They weren't playing their basketball. They weren't moving the ball around. Let's go talk to Coach Bartzokas right now and see what he has to say about that offensive misproduction.
And how important would it be for you to be more cautious with your fouls and three-point shot selection?
We lost the control of the game on the second quarter, giving 6 turnovers and having bad selections in offense. And Panathinaikos get confident from this. Of course, there is a huge difference on the free throw line. They shot 15 free throws up until now. We just had one. So we need to improve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, I told you earlier in the contest that we were going to hear that somewhere along the line, and Coach Bartzokas slipped that in. You know, sometimes you play the law of averages, and you have to figure out that should change, which would give Olympiacos a few more free throws here in this second half compared to the first half. But he does have a point, 13 for 15 from the line. Panathinaikos as Olympiacos is just 1 of 1. And that free throw came from, let me see, I don't even remember actually who that free throw came from. Looking it over right now. That was by Milutinov on the three-point play where he got the ball down low on the sword. Dug him underneath the basket, got the foul on the reach, so I said the sword had to make sure he didn't go up and get the and one, and that's exactly what he did do. So Milutinov, the only one with a foul shot for Olympiacos, which means they're not aggressive enough going to the basket. Saw a lot of outside shots from Olympiacos, 15 three-pointers and 15 two-pointers in that first half for them. It's a little bit uncharacteristic. They usually like to get the ball to the basket and move the rock around a lot and find the cutters, baseline cutters, and backdoor passes. We haven't seen too much of that as Panathinaikos will get the action underway here. See, they went back to the start. Now Lucas is in the game, so not back to the starting line. There's a tie-up right there. And we have a jump ball. Every jump ball is going to be thrown up from the closest jump ball position there is on the court. This one's going to be between Jerry and Grant and Isaiah Cannon at midcourt. Grant falling down there, giving up possession. Remember the old days where alternating possessions. Now we're jumping up everything. Olympiacos comes away with the possession on that one. And Walkup setting things up. Walkup, Cannon, Nicolau, Peters, and Milutinov. Same crew that started the game. In for Coach Bartzokas. Here's the movement you look for in the Milutinov. Yeah, and it's just not much you can do. Belcherovsky down low. Milutinov had him pinned. See the body right there. Milutinov wraps him up with the left arm. Milutinov looking for Walkup. There he finds him. Tend to go on the shot clock. Walkup. Panathinaikos with a spin move up, over. And Panathinaikos just can't get it to fall as it rims around and goes out. Panathinaikos now with their first real possession here in the second half. Lucas trying to blow by Walkup. Grant. Jarowski hit a three earlier when he was open. Grigonis is going to give himself a shot at it now. Olympiacos now on the run. Panathinaikos. Things starting slow here in the second half. A little bit of movement on that foul and that pick. Walkup puts it up and hits it against the rim. Didn't give Milutinov a chance to pick up the ball in the air. Kicked over. Hernan Gomez now looking for his first three of the night. And Watso, Hernan Gomez knocking it down from deep. 10-point lead restored by the Greens. Welcome a little shaky with the ball on top. The pressure by Panathinaikos. It's getting a little bit more intense here. Panathinaikos with the three-pointer. That's not the offense that Bartzogas wants, I can tell you that. But he's not going to say no to it because Panathinaikos hit his first three of the game. And that was a big play because the defense was on strong right there against the Olympiacos, and they weren't giving up anything. As Welcome almost lost the ball twice. Now Grant to the hoop. Stolen by Isaiah Cannon. Here comes a quick, fast break. Peters to the hoop. Up, over. And it gets blocked by Belisovsky. Slukas now trying to get by Cannon. Nothing going. Double pick up top. Is Hernan Gomez going to pop? Watch out for Hernan Gomez for the three there. Beltrovsky with another pick. Slukas with the soft touch in the lane. Beltrovsky doing a little bit of the dirty work there. Setting Pickford his point guard, getting Slukas wide open. Milutinov finds a lane. Gets inside, up, over, and there's a foul down low. That's going to be 2 free throws. I love the way the big guys, you see the hands come down, and then as soon as the whistle's called, those hands go up a little bit higher. Beltrovsky sets the pick for Slukas. Right there, he committed his third foul against Milutinov, doing the job that he needs to do. Until Matthias Lesort can check in. Iggy Razdakis on the bench. Probably dying to play in this game. It's going to be a while before he plays his first Greek derby. Missing game number 1 here, but as Coach Bartzogas said before the contest, just hasn't had enough time to get in with the team. Doesn't know the system yet. A lot of 3 or 4 individual practices a couple with the team, but ready to go. That's a coach's decision as Milutinov knocks down a couple of the free throws that we talked about. The only guy so far to shoot free throws for Olympiacos as continues to keep that 100% mark at 3 for 3. Slukas gives it up, gets it back. Rigona's trying to get out of his way. Slukas finds a lane to the basket, Unis body. Well done by Milutinov. Milutinov running in the middle of the floor. There it is. Kick back out. What a beautiful looking play. And Walker pulls up for the 3. Turning defense into offense right there as Slukas. Grigonis couldn't get out of Slukas' way. And there was no lane for him. By the time he found a lane, it was Milutinov. There now Grigonis wants to get it back, and he does get it back for his team. He knew that he kind of messed that play up by being in Slukas' way. And he gets the 3 back and restores the 7-point lead. As Milutinov had a beautiful run in the fast break, getting it to Walker for the easy look at the 3. And now you see Olympiacos moving the ball just a little bit more. Both teams. Oh, look at that pass inside from Cannon. Adamant is adamant on the sideline. He can't believe that Peters can get that wide open. No communication, no switches down low. You see Coach Adamant. Can't believe that something that easy was given up, and there's a foul up top. Walkup on Slukas. Ooh, that could have went both ways, couldn't it? Little arm up high by Slukas, coming back against Walkup. Grant trying to get the rock. Sort can't get it till Grigonis gets it. There's a foul on Panathinaikos. Dribble. It's a little bit too much contact with the arm. Grant now. Pick and roll. It's back to Slukas. Just the floor general out here. Everybody's trying to get involved. Well done by Alex Peters. And that's going to be a foul. It might be an unsportsmanlike also. Let's see what happens on the lost ball. Ooh, oh man. You could definitely call that an unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure if they're going to want to take a look at it or not, but that's a second foul on Slukas as Vildosa will check back in for him, but it looks like just a regular foul was called on that. I'm surprised there was no one else talking about it. He got a little bit of arm there. But it did look like he made a play on the ball. Now, see if Olympiacos could take advantage. Coach Adamant talked about the fact that Vildosa was giving up too many easy looks for Walkup. And now it's Cannon. Isaiah Cannon knocking down the three, pulling his team to within two. And we'll see how this changes the pace with Vildosa in the game. And Slukas on the bench. Rigonas trying to take over with the floater. Rigonas, after the three earlier, gets the floater in the middle of the paint. Knocks it down. Marius Rigonas with 9 points on night. Milutinov was wide open for a second. Great ball. That's Olympiacos basketball right there. And Papanikolaou just can't get it to drop. What a pity for him. Yeah, that was great ball movement with the cut down the middle. Milutinov now using his hands again. Here comes another break. And Gomez got his hand on the rock. And it looks like it went off of Olympiacos. He saved a fast break right there because Milutinov made a great play defensively. Let's see what happens here. Gomez getting his hand in there and causing the turnovers. We have a timeout on the floor. Olympiacos up 3 in this quarter, but down 4 for the game. Check out our flight time here from Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Gomez going to the hoop, dishing it off. It's Belcherovsky getting tonight's Turkish Airlines Flight Time Award as he goes up and over the defense. Beautifully penetrated offense by Panathinaikos where Hernan Gomez drops it off with the left hand. Big Bull throws it down. Slukas walking around the huddle, wanting to get back in the game as soon as possible. I love when players just kind of make their presence felt in front of the coach. There's your EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge. Get that phone out, get on that QR code right there, open up your app, start playing. I love some fantasy. Some of the players are so expensive though. Coach Adamant. And they're going to go back to the timeout. See what's going on here in the Locker Arena as Olympiacos will go back and sit down now. There's an extended timeout. Both coaches are getting a little extra time to talk to their team. As I said earlier in the beginning of this game, so nice to see that stadium filled up again. So much anticipation this year for going back to those glory days of Panathinaikos basketball. And you got to admit, basketball's better. You got teams like Panathinaikos and Olympiacos around fighting for the top position, playing games like this. It's just always better. It's been tough over the last couple of years watching Panathinaikos not have that successful of seasons. They're back now. Making a statement here tonight will be real important. Not only them, but all those fans that you're looking at that are up on their feet for 2 hours cheering on their heroes, the players, the team. You saw Gronis right at it off the out-of-bounds play. I'm not sure if the play was set up like that. You see the starting 5 and the bench scoring. Panathinaikos getting a lot of positions off the bench. A foul called on Rigonas, I believe, right there. It looked to me like Walkup. Rigonas came in with an elbow on pick by Walkup. I don't know that pick. No, that's just set a back pick like that. You run into it. Let's see flagrant to be called a foul on Rigoda, but that's 3 on him nonetheless. Now Panathinaikos is trying to get things going for his team. Walkup to the hoop. Walkup stops at the foul line. He's short. Big rebound by Alec Peters. He's been all over the place tonight. Peters is just an intelligent basketball player. Knows when he needs to shoot. Knows when he needs to go get a rebound. Panathinaikos trying to light it up. And he's short. Costa's having himself a difficult evening from deep. 1 for 5. Fans quiet. Game is slowed down. It's only a 4-point lead. You feel like Panathinaikos is kind of controlling the game, but a lot of Panathinaikos here early in this third quarter. Hernan Gomez spinning. Help on the baseline. And that will not touch the rim, I believe, and Hernan Gomez gives up the shot clock violation. Well defended on the baseline as he turns and finds Panathinaikos. 3, 2, 1. No touch there. And of course, that's a challenge that you can make this year. You can make that challenge as a coach. And 2 challenges, that's a rule that's changed. And you can have a possession challenge about the ball hitting the rim or not, but it has to be called by the referee. Cannon. Whoa, with the quick 3, Isaiah Cannon with the last one, hits another one. That's a couple points in a row for that young man. He's put his team down 1 right now, 53-52. With 2:40 to go in his third. Grant trying to explode to the basket off Hernan Gomez. Great foul by Cannon right there. I'll tell you what, those are the little things in basketball. You see Grant low by him and he comes in and he makes strides. Talked about it earlier with Lesort. You can't let people go up and get easy layups and fouls. If you're gonna foul, you make sure you get the arm, you make sure you get enough of the ball, and you make that player go to the line and shoot 2. Isaiah Cannon did just that. We'll see. Might get 2 free throws anyways out of Hernan Gomez, but you made him work for it. Alonso knocks down the first one. Seven rebounds for Hernan Gomez, leading his team. 3 offensive. Double-double here tonight. That'll give his 10th-point evening right there. Hernan Gomez goes to the bench with 10 points and 7 rebounds. And Celtics checks into the game. Now Olympiacos with a chance to come back and tie this thing up down 3. Williams Goss coming off the bench to check in probably for Walkup. Staying out of foul trouble. Resort all over him. 5 seconds on the clock. Panathinaikos is going to have to do something with it. Got to give it up. 2 seconds to go. Peters doesn't know it's too late. That's off the mark. And that's after the shot clock. So that's a violation on Olympiacos. Not something you see very often for this team. Just a little bit out of sync offensively in that 24 seconds. As Panathinaikos held the ball just a little too long up top. Coming out with some of the most important moments of the game for me. The last 2 minutes of the quarter. The last 2 minutes of this third quarter can be huge as Hernan Gomez sets a pick. Tries to go back door. Lesort can't find him. He's got the advantage over Isaiah Cannon down low, but not going to force it into him. And that's an odd. Ooh, they call it blocking foul, and I don't think Peters can believe it. I'm not sure if I can believe it either. I'm going to have to look it over again as Vildosa comes piling through. Let's see. Peters comes over. Man, referees have such a tough time making those calls because he was moving just a little bit. He didn't have those feet set. How do they make those calls sometimes? Because that clearly looked to be like an offensive foul. But there was a little bit of lack of control, a little bit of movement on Alec Peters' side that would cause the block to be called. Right now, both teams 1:53 to go. Going to the line. Next foul. Lesort down the middle. Matthias Lesort, you saw it coming from the beginning. Vildosa with the one-handed dish on the bounce pass, and Matthias Lesort just takes off down the middle of the lane and throws it down. And sometimes 2 points are a little bit different than any other basket when you get them like that. Olympiacos a little scared to shoot, it looks like. Lesor pulls down a rebound from Walkups, missed three. And Panathinaikos trying to finish off this third quarter. These last 2 minutes with the momentum going into the fourth. Slukas now with a rock. Slukas and Vildosa together. You got 7 on the clock. There's a backdoor set. Oh, they tried to have a setup play right there. Slukas now is going to get a wide open look. And he tried to fake going down. Let's see what happens here, because he can call for a technical for that. Oh, he did. Walkup did get some hand right there. Slukas may have himself an argument, but it's Matthias Lesor going through the middle. Nobody wants to jump with that guy. Oh, and a steal by Vildosa. And an errant pass by Williams-Goss. As he's looking at Walkup, wondering what are you looking at? But the pass, speed by Vildosa. I talked about his defensive intensity. And right there it showed. And now that 1-point game turns into a 7-point game. And a missed three by Cannon. Finishing off quarters. It's what I'm talking about. It's a 5-0 run right now. 6-0 run, I'm sorry, for Panathinaikos to finish off this quarter. And they want to top it off a little bit more. If they get fouled, they'll go to the line. Slukas. Kicked out. And it's a deep shot by Vildosa. Man, Olympiacos was lucky right there. They might have a shot at least a look at the basket. Goss throws it up. But it's a little bit too late. And we'll go into this fourth quarter with Panathinaikos opening up the lead just enough to feel a little bit more of the momentum. As you see the pass there to Cannon. Cannon was looking the other way. Again, Williams-Goss, a new player on the team. Maybe not a little bit of communication, eye contact there, but we have ourselves a game. What a fourth quarter is going to be. Panathinaikos Athens 59, Olympiacos 52. 7-point lead for the Greens in this amazing atmosphere at Owaka Arena. Let's check out some of those third quarter highlights. Starting out slow for Panathinaikos. Olympiacos got themselves back into the game. Got the lead down to 1. Got to 1. And then Panathinaikos in the last couple minutes made the run that they needed. And that was a couple plays right there. That one, and then Isaiah Cannon 3. I got them close, but Rivalry picked up those 3 points. Adams upset about that easy basketball. You see Cannon right there with a couple passes down up. Isaiah Cannon had himself quite the third quarter. He got 11 points in the night. 3 for 5 from outside the line. Wide open look to give his team that 7-point lead going in to quarter number 4. Still only 3 foul shots for Olympiacos. You see the numbers right there, 13 assists. Panathinaikos with a couple of rebound heads. Milutinov got the best performance in that third quarter, but 2 points, 2 rebounds. Best part of that for Olympiacos is he didn't commit any fouls. So he should be on the court for the majority of this fourth quarter. I don't know if you can afford to take him out, but you're going to have to give him a little bit of rest. He played the whole third quarter, I believe. He might have got a little rest there towards the end, but he's right back in. And the pressure's on Olympiacos right now. Every possession counts. Every possession matters. That's a sloppy one right there as Williams-Goss comes off the pick. So far away from the basket. Tough pass again. Sakis from the corner, gets to the basket, somehow or another picks up a loose ball. It was stolen from behind by Grant. And Sakis picked it up, but couldn't find the rim. After that, Vildosa now. Back to Lesor, and then Gomez. Gomez gives it up to, just hand it to Alec Peters this time. Here comes Williams-Goss to the hoop. Williams-Goss out to Milutinov. Milutinov gets it thrown by Hernan Gomez. He's made some spectacular plays around the rim. This time he does it on the defensive side. Watch Hernan Gomez doing it all from inside. Now Slukas looking for the advantage inside. Grant pulls up. Grant wanted that three, couldn't get it. Ball still in play. Welcome on the fast break. Alec Peters is wide open. Peters to the hoop. And Peters is going to get the easy layup. Let's see what was called. Was that a foul call on the layup? Beautiful bounce pass by Walkup. Gomez going up. No, I'm sorry, that's Vildosa going up. Committing that foul. That's a big foul by Vildosa. You had a wide open layup there. You kind of got to let that roll. And looking at that, Gomez going up with a big 7-footer and catching him at the rim. Peters now to the line, 90% free throw shooter. He knocks that one down. It's a big play for Olympiacos. It'll be Panathinaikos next week facing Bayern. Pablo Lasso has made his return with a big win last night. Now Vildosa, short on the three, a little bit too quick, I think. Olympiacos will be facing Barcelona. Milutinov, on the alley-oop from almost half court as Peters brings it up over the half court, throws it at the Milutinov. The sort's not looking. And Milutinov, the big serve, goes up over the rim and throws it down. Beautifully done by Olympiacos, turning quick defense into quick offense. As you see, it's a 2-point game now with this 5-0 run by Olympiacos to start the fourth quarter. Check out a timeout here.
Offside. We try to give the ball. One shot. Once you play that, you play 3. Okay. Matias is 4. Good pick here. Grant, good pick. Gustav, you come. Check to inside pass. If not, Grant keep the ball. Matias, you run. Oleg, you play big, and then you pass. Shot or Kostas is down from side.
Hey, no fast break. Get back on this fucking defense. Talk, communicate.
Olympiacos comes out in the fourth quarter and changes the pace of this game a little bit, picks it up. And now they got Panathinaikos on their heels. Panathinaikos with possession here, 2 points down, that 5-0 scoring run to start this fourth quarter. Grant bringing the ball up there, and Sages coming up behind him. Now he's got him well defended off the Slukas. Slukas draws so much attention from defenders. Slukas goes back this way, up and over the top. Can't be converted. The Sort trying to get the rebound and tap it in. Velicharovsky could not get it to fall the first time. The Sort couldn't get the follow and tap, but now it's Olympiacos' turn to try to take the lead or tie things up. Milutinov wants to tie it up, and that's exactly what he does with the floaters. Nikola Milutinov is starting to take over this game from the paint, becoming more and more aggressive. Slukas to the basket. Oh man, Larnaca's had his back to him. And Slukas, I thought, would take advantage, and now he crosses him over off to the Sort. Walkup doing what he does best, cuts that pass, and a bounce pass by Goss. Peters was wide open. He's still wide open. Look at him. He's begging for the ball. And he got it too late. Now can Williams-Goss finish it off? Goss from 3. What a run by Olympiacos. Making, what is that, 10-0 run here in the fourth quarter for Olympiacos. And they have a 3-point lead. Getting it done when it matters in the fourth quarter. And we got a foul up top by Walkup. He doesn't like the call, but Slukas had a wide open lane to the basket, so he might have been lucky. Yeah, Goss better make that shot right there because he had Alec Peters wide open the entire fast break and couldn't find him. Goss gets it back and makes do. Grant now. coming off the pick into Lesor. One-on-one with Milutinov. Haven't gone out. There's hands again by Olympiacos on defense, and Lesor called for the foul. You see the active hands of Olympiacos. Balls being deflected, picking up the loose balls. And that's been the difference here so far in this fourth quarter, as Panathinaikos has just gone dry ever since they made that run to finish the third quarter. It's 0 points in the first 3.5 minutes of this fourth quarter. 2 fouls for Panathinaikos. Goss trying to get it back into Milutinov. He wants to go to the basket. Instead, he's going to be fouled at the basket. It's Lucas getting all arm right there. Let's see if they're going to give him 2 shots or not. Lucas doesn't like the call, but you're going to definitely see him come down on your arm right there. Yeah, Goss going to the line for 2. Grant to the bench. Grigonis checking in for him. So we have 4 minutes and 47 seconds, and Panathinaikos hasn't scored yet. I'm trying to think back if they even taken a shot. I'm sure they've taken at least a couple of shots here, but they haven't done anything offensively. A couple turnovers. To 14 in the game as Goss misses number 2, so it's a 4-point lead for Olympiacos. So far, it's an 11-point run. Dribbled to the lane, had hands all over the rock when he was dribbling to the lane, but that's why you have to be strong to keep 2 hands on the ball. Grigonis was strong all the way through that until he got that ball up over his shoulder in shooting position. But everybody got a touch of it. Walk up, cross courts into Peters. Peters into Milutinov, tries to cut back to Milutinov, not off the one-on-one. He's tough down low in that jump hook, but well defended by Lesor. Nice help by Gomez on the backside. Coach Bartsokas looking for a foul. Now Panathinaikos has a chance to tie this thing up or take the lead again. We went back and forth a lot in the first quarter. Slukas kicks it out. Guy's a good 3-point shooter, but doesn't take it. Ball being moved around. Slukas in the corner. Slukas from one corner to the other. Olympiacos finds their leader, kicks it to him on the left side, and he drops the 3, and Panathinaikos is back with the lead. 64-63, Walka. Milutinov. Oh, ripped by Lesor. Lesor's got a wide open lane to the hoop, and he puts it down. Holding his hair back and giving a pose to the crowd. And Matthias Lesor, you know they love him in Belgrade. And how much they're going to love him here. Look at that defensive intensity. Lesor goes up, puts the hair back, and throws it down. Matthias Lesor doing it what he does best, getting his fans involved in the game. Now we got to go to the Olympiacos bench and hear what's going on, because they're down 3. It's such a critical point of this game. Let's go ahead and check out what Coach Bartsokas has to say to his team.
Okay, focus on our defense. Listen up. Let's go flash down in offense. Okay? We just need passing, guys. More passing. Create spots. Let's go.
Coach Bartsokas continuing to ask for more passes, keep the ball moving. I was just looking at Coach up into the line, wondering why he's not on the court right now. He hasn't had a great game shooting, that's for sure. He does lead the team with 5 assists, though. So you might want your leader out there on the floor coming towards the end of this fourth quarter. We'll see what happens, but right there, Matthias Lesor getting his hands on the defense. Watch the left hand, guys. Look at him. Just showing off right there on the dunk. And that's why people love Matthias Lesor. You see the fans loving everybody, not her so much, but all the rest of them. Someone was Instagramming over there. And they didn't catch Matthias Lesor. Big moment here, 4:36 2:37 to go. Immediate timeout's gone. It's a 7-0 scoring right now for Panathinaikos. They got the lead back. Up 3. Walker moving the ball out wide open. Panathinaikos. And he airballs it wide open. Panathinaikos fans love it. But something went out off the ball that we can't see. Isaiah Cannon will check back into the game. That was a beautifully set up play by Olympiacos also. Got to be happy for Coach Martzokis for that play, but Panathinaikos, who was the MVP of the Super Cup, hit a few threes in that game. Just airmailed that one. And now he's on the bench. Isaiah Cannon is in for Gomez. Takes the contact, goes up. Oh, Watson was trying to do something, and he's hurt himself. I'm not sure if he got a cramp in the back of his leg, but he's limping a little bit. And now here comes Williams-Goss. And Williams-Goss goes down. Isaiah Cannon saves the run. Falling out of bounds, and now there's a foul. A little bit of craziness going on as Watson Gomez tried to go up with the left hand and throw it down over the defense. Got rim checked. Came down a little bit wrong at his foot. You see him coming up over Milutinov right there. Lesor gets the rebound. Now the foul is called right here. Williams-Goss had a lane to the basket one-on-one. He slipped up and lost the ball. Isaiah Cannon just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Picked it up, and he started to fall out of bounds and tried to roll it in to Williams-Goss. Williams-Goss was out of bounds at the time. Got up just in time and in front of Grigonis to pick up that foul. That's Panathinaikos' 4th. Olympiacos only sitting at 1 foul. That's an important bit of information as we come down to the end of the game. Williams-Goss nail-breaking. This guy loves making big threes. He did it for Real Madrid last year in Partizan, and he's doing it for Olympiacos right here. This thing's all tied up at 6s, but now Slukas wants one. Slukas, that's the one he loves, coming off the top of the key and falling forward. Didn't get any contact from behind that time, but now it's Olympiacos' turn. Trying to make this a 2 or 3 point game in their advantage on this possession. Milutinov to Walkup, 2-man game. Everything's cleared out. Walkup's going to step back, trying to make it a 3-point game. Walkup, nothing but the bottom of the net. Thomas Walkup stepping up again. This game is back and forth, fellas, all night long. Look at that, smoother than the other side of the pill right there. Thomas Walkup dropping it. And now it's a timeout by Panathinaikos with another run by Olympiacos for them to have their 3-point lead. Absolutely amazing game. What a way to start the EuroLeague. Let's get into Panathinaikos' timeout.
Watch the roll on the weak side. Okay. First offense. Horse 2 for Grigo. Horse 2 for Grigo. Regular. A lot of time. Good pick and roll. Attack to the basket. Can you finish?
Keep fucking fighting. That's it.
But let's go. Always on the spine. Regular against from the ball. Okay? Let's go.
A little bit of nervousness right on that bench. Slukas a little bit upset about the defense, leaving Walkup all alone on the outside. Right now, Olympiacos is feeling it. And like I said, the foul situation is important because Olympiacos now with 3 minutes to go has 3 fouls to give with that 3-point lead and that 6-0 run that you see on your scoreboard, on your TV. 11 lead changes in the game. But again, I think the most important stat right now is Olympiacos can defend stronger than they've ever defended throughout this game because they have 3 fouls to give in the last 3 minutes of this game. What you don't want to do is you don't want to give up any of those fouls in a shooting position, in a shooting situation, and let them go to the line and shoot too. So you want to play pressure defense full court all around the perimeter and make sure not to foul anybody on the shots. Unless you're trying to not give up an easy one. Now Slukas. to Grigonis. Grigonis was supposed to post up that low, but Grigonis said, Coach, why give me the 2? I'll take the 3, and Marios Grigonis lighting it up from deep, and he ties this thing up, and now the pressure comes over to the Reds. Milutinov using his body, getting position, kicks it out, Goss to the lane, gets contact, floats it up, Milutinov can't get it off the rim. He jumped a little bit early. Goss is looking for the foul. And now with 2:20 to 2:25 to go, it's Panathinaikos trying to take Grigonis one more time. Steps back. You don't want to give him another look. He's been hot. 14 points on the night, 3 for 5. He's going to go 4 for 6. Marios Grigonis, 6 points in a row. Look at the fans. They can't believe the Lithuanian Wonders lighting it up. And now it's a 3-point lead for the Greens. Olympiacos see what they can do. Last 2 minutes of the 4th. Walker shakes down to Grigonis. Got a wide open look on the Are you kidding me? What's going on in this game? Thomas Walker steps back on Grigonis, shakes him down to the ground, and knocks off the 3 and ties this thing up. 72-70 crunch time. And they let a wide open Slukas get to the lane. 20 points for Kostas Slukas in his first game against his old team in the EuroLeague. Now 1:28 to go again. Remember, Olympiacos is only sitting on 1 foul. Ball kicked around. Goss wants to do it one more time. Goss off the backboard. This time he can't get it. Huge possession here for Panathinaikos. And who's got the ball in his hand? Mr. Slukas. Gonna run this clock down as much as he can. Off to Lesor. Lesor can't handle the pass. And here comes Olympiacos. Peters to the hoop instead of pulling up for 3. Peters with the layup to tie things up. How much do you love EuroLeague basketball? I'm so excited that we're back. And what a game in between Olympiacos and Panathinaikos in Athens, Greece, and a foul up top. But that's no big deal for Isaiah Cannon. Because right now, you got to commit a couple fouls. You want to get at least close to the bonus just in case you need to foul. You don't want to take too much time off. You see both arms getting tangled up. It's Kyle Guy. Getting some important minutes right now as Kyle Guy. Everybody nervous. I'm nervous. 74-74. 48 seconds to go. Vildosa in the game. Hernan Gomez, Lesor, Milutinov. Slukas is in the game. These two played against each other all year last year, and that's going to be on the floor on World Cup. They fought each other all year last year in practice every game. There's your foul on the floor. Slukas pulls up from there, so that's 3rd foul for World Cup, 3rd team foul. This is what the coaches get paid for, man. All tied up, 43.2 seconds to go. Only 14 on the shot clock right now. Trying to get that ball. Slukas is going to call an offensive foul. Walkup does what Walkup does. You know that he gets in the way. He's a pest on the floor sometimes. You see him right there. He's going to take the push, and he's going to go down. And those are the little things. Those are the intangibles that matter so much. The details that win and lose ball games. Slukas has had himself a tremendous game, and that's his 4th foul right there. And now it's a possession. The way the possession changes makes so much difference. Now with 40 seconds to go, you got 11 seconds. They should have 14. Let me see what they're going to call here. But again, Olympiacos still has a foul to give. If they score here, they can let this clock now go down as far as they want and try to foul at the end. Vildosa kind of hurt himself right there and slipped. 14 on the shot clock. Goss to the basket, steps back, can't find anybody. Walkup, then he's going to do it again. Walkup's off the mark this time, can't get the big one. Oh, and Lesor throws it out of bounds. substitution. And now Olympiacos may have, let me check out the clock. And no, it'll be at 14 seconds, I believe, on this possession. Or will they have the last chance? Let's see what happens as we have a timeout on the floor. And Olympiacos is setting up to try to win this game. In the last 20 seconds, a 22-15 run in this fourth quarter. We've been stuck at 74 for about a minute. Neither team able to score. And now let's see what Olympiacos can come up with. They have the ball in a difficult position in the corner of the court, where it's a little bit difficult to get that ball in. If you put a lot of pressure on Panathinaikos defensively, you can get a steal or maybe even get a trap on the inbounds pass. So let's see what Coach Adaman does defensively here. Remember, I believe they're going to be taking this ball out right where it went out of bounds, which is in the deep corner. Always a dangerous position to take the ball out of bounds. Possibilities of traps in the corner or trying to throw the ball out, lob the ball out towards half court, getting deflected and giving up a turnover and an easy look on the other side for the opposing team, for the defending team. As Grigonis, both guys, you feel bad. Matias feels bad that he knows he didn't make a good pass, and Grigonis feels bad because he felt as though he should have had that. He should have expected it. You see where the referee's standing right now. And this is where Olympiacos has to take out the ball. Let's see if Panathinaikos tries to set up some sort of trap. Again, if they foul, Olympiacos goes to the line. See, right now you want to force Cannon maybe to the corner, and Grigonis step over and try to get the trap. See what they do. Huge possession. We could be seeing overtime here tonight. Cannon goes through instead, up the middle. Dinov. Ooh, the short didn't go for that ball. I can't believe it. Now, we got a 6-second shot clock differential. Walkup up top, wants to take it down. 5, 3. Walkup takes the contact and can't make the open look. And here comes Slukas. Can he do it one more time? Kostas Slukas over half court. Off the backboard, he can't get it to go down. Olympiacos could have fouled as he was dribbling up the floor. They decided not to. And Slukas almost put the dagger in his own team. Off the backboard. You see him coming in with the running floater. And Cannon just got his hand in there. You see Cannon just kind of look away, hoping that the foul wasn't called, because at that point it's a shooting foul. And man, what would that have been if Kostas Slukas hits that backboard shot on the buzzer to take the victory against his old team in the first game. But instead, I'm not upset. One time I'm not upset about having 5 extra minutes, because this is fun. Fourth quarter action here. And Panathinaikos, or Olympiacos, dominated the fourth quarter for the majority of it. Just gave up a couple runs to Panathinaikos that got them back into the game. I thought Olympiacos had control, but the control of this contest just continues to seesaw back and forth between the white jerseys and the green jerseys. And it's Goss with the 3. We got ourselves an extra 5 minutes of game time here. Marius Grigonis, who lit it up in the fourth quarter also. And Grigonis having himself just a beautiful, quiet night. 17 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Him and Slukas. One thing that's important, you have Isaiah Cannon with 4 fouls going into this overtime period. And Kostas Slukas also has 4 fouls, along with Grigonis. So the 2 main players, 37 points and 5 assists between them, are both sitting on 4 fouls. Hernan Gomez with 10 points, 10 rebounds. He's got himself a double-double. There you see your stats right there. Panathinaikos dominating on the boards, 31-23. But what matters here is who scores more points at the end of the game. Alec Peters gets the best performance there. I'm not sure how he got the best performance, but Grigonis went crazy in that fourth quarter. Anyways, I'm not worried about who they're giving it to, and they're not worried about who's getting it either. One of these two is going to walk out here tonight with a victory. And I don't think any of us know exactly who it's going to be, but we're going to have 5 more minutes of incredible Greek derby basketball here in round one. That's right, people. Round one of Turkish Airlines EuroLeague 2023-2024 season. Welcome back. And what a way to be welcoming in the season. Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, tied up at 74, running into overtime. Walker, two-man game of Milutinov. Goss to the basket. Walker one more time. What a play by Lesor, throwing his body on the floor to get his hands on it, asking for some help from Vildosa, but Vildosa gets the ball. Where's Lesor? There he is. He's coming up from the backside. Now Vildosa. Two-man game, Lesor one more time down the middle. Milutinov right there to get in his way. Well defended by the big man. Look at Milutinov run the floor. Realizes that Cannon slowed it up, so he stops at the foul line. Trying to reserve the energy for the end of the game. This extra 5 minutes, Cannon. Lackadaisical there with the ball. Milutinov got his hands on Lesor's back, but lays it up and can't get it to fall. Milutinov might be a little bit tired, but there's no excuse for missing an easy layup like that. Walkup says no help. Walkup gets a steal from behind. That's Lucas. Lucas is on four. He's got to be careful. Peters kicks it out to Cannon. Cannon sees the defense coming from behind. And now back to him again. And there's a three from Isaiah Cannon as Lucas is all over him. This is our second game in overtime tonight as Fenerbahce Milan also went into overtime earlier this evening. Week one, baby. You gotta love this. It's gonna be a long, incredible season. Vildosa for three. Vildosa rims it off the back. And now Olympiacos with the three-point lead on the Cannon three. He's slowing things up. Looking to face him at him. A little concerned right now. There's a quick shot by Vildosa. Cannon again. Looking for Milutinov. Cut by Peters. Peters had a lane but couldn't get it by Hernan Gomez. Peters with a turnaround jumper over the top of Watso. Alec Peters. Beautiful low post move on the turnaround. Now it's a 5-point lead. Slukas to the hoop. Milutinov. Milutinov throws it, checks him at the rim. And Milutinov is exhausted, but he's still going with 2:30 to go halfway through this halftime period. It's a 5-0 run for Olympiacos. Can they build on it here? It's Goss up top. He's not that tired. He's not that tired. Milutinov goes up top over the sword with the pass from Williams Goss. And it's a 7-0 run. Look at the block from Milutinov right there. Dominating around the rim. Nikola Milutinov blocked first. Takes a little breather, walks down the court and gets the alley-oop. Let's go into the Panathinaikos timeout right now. There's going to be a little bit of pressure in this timeout. Let's listen in.
We play. Look up. You come with the ball. Here. Oleg. First pick. Wancho. Second pick. Oleg. You come here, Grigo, to attack. You gonna, if there is no attack, we continue to stagger for Grant come. Grant will attack. Okay, down, double action.
Let's go! Let's go!
It's a 7-0 run here in overtime for Olympiacos. Look at Milutinov go up and over Lesor and throw it down at the rim. He defended on one end and attacked on the other. And Luke Sigma says, "You are a beast," as Nikola Milutinov leading his team to victory. He looks exhausted, but he just keeps going. And he is not going to stop. 13 points, 6 rebounds for the big man. 32.5 minutes of game time. And he got himself enough rest there to time out and to come back out one more time. Remember, Mustafa Fall is not there to help the big man down low. So it's been a long night for the Serb. Grant slowing things down. Grant's a new guy on the team, really doesn't want to take too much responsibility. Lucas is now on the bench as Vildosa comes to the basket, got away with the travel. And it's going to be a three-pointer. Not the guy you want shooting a three-pointer. I know Beltsarovsky made one earlier in the night, but that's not the guy when you're down 7 in overtime. With under 2 minutes, you want shooting a three-pointer. Where is Lucas right now? Goss steps back. Goss. Oh my! Williams. Goss from deep. And the fans love, but the bench loves it. To the basket. Nothing going on at the hoop. Now Olympiacos is going to slow this down. A 10-0 overtime run by Olympiacos. Unprecedented as the fans look on in disbelief. I'm looking at in disbelief. After the incredible fourth quarter, it's Olympiacos running away with this thing in the last 5 minutes of overtime. Goss one more time to the hoop, up, over, and in, making a 12-0 run, dominating overtime period by Olympiacos. And Slukas has a great game, comes out in overtime, and there's a foul from behind, and let's see if Grant could get a couple points off the free throw line, but it's a little late, a little short right now as they're down 12. Haven't scored a basket in 4 minutes of play. Look at that three. I talked about Goss putting those kind of daggers into teams, and look at him using his body right there. And you see the dejected look on the faces of the Olympiacos players. But I'll tell you what, you know, there's almost 12 new guys on this team. You had a new coach, and you got to give them a lot of love for the way they played tonight. Olympiacos is an experienced team. They have a lot of players that know each other well. A couple new players also, since Vesenkov and Slukas are gone, but it's a more experienced team. And this look by Panathinaikos tonight on their home court means that they're going to be around for a long time this season. Don't get used to seeing them down at the bottom of the standings like we have over the last couple of years. You better get used to seeing their names up top, because it's going to be tough to beat them in this city, and it's going to be tough to even beat them when they're on the road. This is a good team. Goss one more time to the hoop with a floater. That one comes out. Milutinov still fighting for the rebounds. Peters picks up another loose ball. And that's going to end things here at Owaka Arena in Athens, Greece. Tough way to end for Panathinaikos. Peters to the baseline. Oh, one more time for Milutinov. As he goes baseline and floats it up for the serve. And what a game by Milutinov. Panathinaikos now trying to finish things off here. Hernan Gomez with a deep three at the end of the game, and that'll be it. A 10-point victory by Olympiacos in overtime. And they'll just dribble it out. And that is a well-fought victory by Olympiacos. And you got to give, as I said, Panathinaikos a lot of credit for the fight they put in this game. They dominated a lot of this game, but they gave up at the end in the last 5 minutes of overtime. It was all Olympiacos, all red with that 12-0 run. Man, what an unexpected final. Only 4 points. And you know which one that was. I called that one earlier in the game. Our magic moment is this guy right here, Hernan Gomez, using the body control, using the ability. Look at it. Knowing where he is on the court. Laying it up. Finger roll style, old school, in midair, back to the basket. Look at that. If you see that in slow motion, it's going to look even a lot better. But if you've played this game, you know how difficult of a shot that is. And the ability that he has to know where he is on the court, know where the rim is, be able to finger roll that in, get the roll on top of it. But the way he was able to turn his body around makes that our magic moment of the night. And there wasn't many magic moments in the overtime period for Panathinaikos, but as I said earlier, you got to give him some love, man. This team is going to be around. I thought they were going to have a tough time gelling early in the season with all the new players, with a new coach, with a new system. I thought they'd have a tough time, but they looked like a good team tonight. And they look like a team that as the year goes on, we know Jürgen Adamant is a great coach who's won a couple, not only won a couple titles, but he's also dominated throughout 3 seasons with Athens. We have our player of the game here tonight. Absolutely amazing contest from Olympiacos as they fought to the end. They looked like they were out of it in the third quarter, but Alec Peters stepping up with 17 points, 10 rebounds, and a 31 PIR. Alec Peters having himself a night. We talked about him coming out, playing the 4 spot early and going a little bit small, and he came through for his team. And he's done it throughout the night. And he's done it in so many different ways. 4 assists, 4 steals, 10 rebounds. You see how many offensive, he had 4 offensive rebounds to go with it. Alec Peters, what a night for him. And he's going to be our MVP here this evening. Without a doubt with those numbers. And Kostas Lukas with 20 points. He's taken out there in overtime. Not sure why. Grigonis with a 17-point night himself. And Thomas Walkup also with 17 points for Olympiacos. As you see the leaders here tonight, the sword, Hernan Gomez with 10 rebounds apiece. Alec Peters also with 10. Milutinov, I thought, would have gotten 10, but a couple offensive rebounds, 7 total rebounds on the night. 15 points, 7 rebounds for him. Quite a night for the big man in the middle also. Let me see how many minutes he played. Almost 36 minutes. For Milutinov tonight, so he was on the floor for most of the evening. Just when he got that second foul, and he was taken out of the game, and midway through the second quarter. And I'm not sure if he got a break in the second half, to be really honest here. But now let's go talk to the big man and see what he has to say. If he could breathe, he was exhausted.
Congratulations, winning the first game for EuroLeague. I know you're tired. You didn't have Mustafa Fall to share the time tonight, but you did a great job, my friend. How do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good. It was a tough game. Panathinaikos is a great team. They're playing great in front of their great fans. So I'm really glad that we come out with a victory tonight because it's good to start the season with a win.
And how important was for you, I asked Coach the same question, that you guys were able to adjust even when you had to play small ball. You got in foul trouble early in the game, but you stayed together until the end.
I mean, I think this is the quality of this team. We're always together. Even when they were up, I think 10, I don't remember in the first half how many they were up. But we never give up, and we will never give up. We will always play until the end. And I think this is the strength of this team, and we just have to keep going, keep improving, and hopefully all the players to come back soon and to show our real power.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
Yeah, he was definitely missing Mustafa Fall tonight. Make no mistakes about it. You would have loved to see the big man out on the court with him. And now let's go get our MVP. After we look at Milutinov's stats for the night, 15 points, 7 rebounds. And now let's talk to Alec Peters, our player of the game, and see what he has to say.
Congratulations for winning the first game for this season in EuroLeague. And I have to say, you really stepped up your game, my friend, tonight. I'm talking about you personally.
It's been a great, end of the season last year to off season to coming in the preseason. I felt pretty good, and our team is so resilient. That end of the game there, for us to come down the stretch and hit hit some big shots, withstand their runs, rebound the ball at the end when it mattered, and we had to be tougher down the stretch, and myself included. It was a great ending of the game.
Yeah, and I have to say, I said this to World Cup the other day, you guys have transformed. We know what you could do when you came to Olympiacos, but now I think you're adding more things to your game, and you're able to take something on your shoulders as well.
Yeah, everybody on our team has that feeling that we need to step up. We didn't finish the job last year, and that feeling is still there with some of us. And this offseason, this preseason, the guys that have been battling in practice for the last month, like we really feel that. We feel that, like you said, on our shoulders that we all need to step up. And it's just one game, long season. You can't expect to be perfect, but it was great to get that first one tonight.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Great interview there by Alec Peters is talking about you just love it. You don't love it for them, but you love the fact that they came into preseason thinking about that last EuroLeague game last year. Sergio, as I started things off, talk about that shot that he made to win the game and how much that hurts and how much that carries into the next season. It could be positive, it could be negative. They're trying to make it into a positive, and they had that attitude throughout the entire preseason, as we're going to talk to the coach who leads them, Coach Bartzokas, right now.
Coach, congratulations winning the first game of the season for EuroLeague. What made the difference in the regular time and the extra time?
I think we controlled the game in the fourth quarter. We played really good defense. We had patience, and we found a lot of open looks. Milutinov was a little bit tired. That's why we didn't have Mustafa today to replace him a little bit, to give him some time on the bench, and we gave them some open looks that we shouldn't at the end of the. That's why we had the last offense, of course, with Thomas to win the game in the normal time, in the regular time. But in the overtime, we dominated. We play great defense. We share the ball a lot. We had a lot of good selections, and we won.
And how important is for your team that you were able to adjust throughout the game and to also, have fuel at the end of the game?
We proved this a lot of times, a lot of times. So we are a team, we found a way to play together finally, to avoid what mistakes we had, especially in the second quarter, and finally we won.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations.
In a game full of bench rotations and coaching rotations and movements, this is an anomaly here. As Thomas Walka played 38 minutes, 45 seconds. Nigel Goss, 27 minutes, 13 seconds. Papa Nicolau, 26 minutes. Alec Peters, 36 minutes, 50 seconds. Milutinov, 35 minutes, 34 seconds. And Cannon, 31. Let's go talk to the losing coach.
Coach, what you could have done different tonight? Maybe in the regular time or in the extra time?
We missed 2 game ball shots in the regular time. Then on the last quarters, in the overtime, where we get a lot of tired, so we miss, and they stay more fresh. Olympiacos, they won. It was very good game for the guys. We fight very well. We a dramatic final in the regular time. We missed 2 balls. We make turnover on the last seconds, and they won. That's fine.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, as I was saying before, I don't think you can be upset if you're Coach Adamant or if you're a Panathinaikos fan, because they looked good. That team looked good. They lost to one of the better teams that you'll see in the league this year. And Olympiacos is going to be in that top 8, I think. They'll be getting into the playoffs this year, and they'll be making a lot of noise around the EuroLeague, because I believe the Greens are back, even though it's not the result that they wanted here in round 1, especially against their eternal rival, Olympiacos, on their home court. So, obviously later in the year, they're going to have to go to the Peace and Friendship Stadium and battle it out one more time. But they'll be a different team then, but so will Olympiacos. You see Coach Adamant playing defense over there in the corner on the highlights of this game as we're checking out all the highlights tonight. An amazing contest. Alec Peters doing it from everywhere. That's where he's a player of a game. And Milutinov, that was right after the block on Kostas Lukas on the other side. And again, Williams Goss looking like he did last year against Partizan in Belgrade, hitting big threes at the end of the game, making those moves in overtime. Now goes off, and you can see the faces, body language of the players. And Gomez knocks down the 3 to make it a 10-point game. And there's the final 88-78. Olympiacos with the victory, starting out the season 1-0. Panathinaikos goes down in defeat on their home court. First home loss of the year for them. I don't think we're going to see that many more, to be honest with you. That's a tough team to beat. And if their fans are back at it, it's going to be an atmosphere like no other. So they have a lot to look forward to up in northern part of Athens. As you know, in Olympiacos, they're going to be there at the end of the season also as we start to wind this thing down. And let's check out the results from tonight. You see the overtime game there. Valencia Basket and Baskonia Real Madrid still going on. Fenerbahce with the 3-point win over Milan in overtime. And there's the rest of the scores from yesterday. So you have one more road team winning tonight. And we'll see what's going on in Valencia and in Baskonia as your updated standings, your brand new standings for the 2023-24 EuroLeague. Table is in front of you. Savannah Vesda sitting up on top. In Belgrade, Barcelona second. And there's our fixtures for next week. Some great games coming up. Anadulev is hosting Real Madrid. Panathinaikos, Bayern Munich. And next week, Olympiacos, FC Barcelona. That's it for me from here in Oaxaca. And we have a great night. Incredible round 1 of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Looking forward to all the rest. This is Joe R. Lucas checking out. Good night.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with